What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to the vlog. Thank you so much for tuning in. This week, I'm going straight into it. I have figured out the muscle build program with Alfie, and this is day one of it. So I'm going to chuck you a little progress picture here. That's what I look like currently, and I'll keep giving you a progress picture each week to show you the development, and I'll also give you some notes on how I'm feeling so that you can kind of follow the journey of how this muscle program works and whether it does work, but I think I'll be tweaking it along the way, so that's perfect when I launch it for you guys. I want to talk a little bit quickly about distractions and discipline. First of all, distractions. If you are on your journey to doing something, stick to it. Stick it out. It's a long game. Do what others won't for 5 years so you can do what others can't for 40. It's a big thing, and it's a big thing for me. It's something I love doing as well, but lately I've been a little bit distracted. I've been looking for those shortcuts that are congruent with what I'm doing, and I've kidded myself that I can fit them in and that I can do this and I can spread myself thin. And in my mind, I could, convince myself that I wasn't spreading myself thin. And then I had a great little wake-up call this morning when I went to go do a job that I'm not inspired to do. And I had this horrible feeling. I had this feeling like when I was 18, I went for a job interview and I got in there and it was for just like some company where I'd be on like 30 grand plus just at the age of 18. It was great. Like, it was a great opportunity and I hated it. I literally despised every moment. I had this weird gut feeling that kicked in. I started getting like a real tight chest. My vision started going a little bit blurry, and I had this voice inside my head going, "You are not destined to do this, so why are you entertaining it?" I haven't had that feeling for 8 years until today. Luckily enough today, it was with a good friend working for him. Massive respect to the guy. He literally looked at me and went, "Dude, if you're uncomfortable, this is not your path." And I was like, "I am really sorry I've wasted your time." And he completely got it. So that's kind of why I felt like I'd share this story, because distractions they're not, if you don't feel like that's right for the path you're doing, don't do it. And also, the reason I'm telling you this story is so that you remember, like, if you're going through a hard time with what you're doing, just remember why you started it. Remember the bigger picture, remember where you're going. Don't think of remember what it's gonna be like when it starts paying off. And there's been a lot of payoff for me in the last few years, and there is so much more to come. I just need to now dig deep down. So that's why I'm talking to you guys about distractions, because it's something that I've been going through in the last month or so. Now, discipline, the reason I'm talking about this is because of routine. Last week, I did like 6 a.m. a few days, did 7. One of the days I got up at 9 just because I'd stayed up really late the night before working, but it wasn't the routine. It wasn't what I should have been doing, and it wasn't, again, congruent with my plan. Discipline is putting down the right procedures to get that work that keeps you focused and that keeps those distractions away. And that's why for the rest of this week, I will be getting up at 6 a.m. every single day. And I will be hitting my gym, and I will be doing everything I want to do. It's so important to stick to these disciplined routines and not get distracted with your work. But if you do, you are only human. It's absolutely fine. Bit of a deep intro for the vlog, but with all that being said and done, I'm going to crack on with my day. So we must be like Monday the 20th still. I have not really moved from the seat since this morning, but that's because I've been working on some really cool marketing stuff at the moment. One of the things that I've been doing is some voiceover marketing with my mum. So I basically needed a soft Irish voice. Mum, say hi to the vlog.
Hi, everybody.
There you go. So I needed that. This is what we got.
Bespoke Connected started off providing.
It's you!
I can't even remember what it's called. Bespoke what?
Bespoke Connected. Sorry, Harry, my mum doesn't even know who your business is.
I do. I did a very nice voiceover for you.
Yesterday's gym routine went really well for day one. Super happy about it. I'm back on the morning routines at the moment. We're about coming up to 8 o'clock now, actually, so a little bit later than usual. But I'm just going to dive into my books and then monitor the trades. I've managed to make everything break even now, so we're just running profit, and I'll start moving that in place when I start seeing the right corrections. But today we've got a load of things to do, and one of them is actually going through the business, so I'll get you guys along with it. That totally didn't work. Post day, present day, whatever I want to call it. Bought myself something called the 6-minute diary. I bought this for my mum at Christmas, and she said it's been really good. I previously had, which I think I showed on one of the vlogs before, the self journal. This is really good for like gratitude, for putting down your goals for the day, for putting down what happened in the day, your wins, your losses, lessons learned, everything. I found it really helpful last year for like staying on track, but also for like managing emotions, and also not getting like caught up in, am I making enough progress, because you can physically see it. So the thing is though, Best Self Co, they were like $30 or something like that, and it would take quite a while to get here, and I kind of wanted one straight away. I'm using Best Self Co's planner. It's not the same, it literally plans like your month/weeks. I would recommend the Best Self Co journal instead, because it's daily, and if I can open this with one hand and show you guys, that's what this thing does. Feast your eyes on that. That is what I'm going to be working on, so I'm super stoked. It was a big part of my routine in 2019, like in the mornings. It was a huge part to getting up, getting the books read, doing the charts, getting breakfast, drinking water, you know, the whole thing that I told you in vlog 1. This was a big part of it, was to actually journal in the morning and get yourself just ready for the day. You can see exactly what you've got to do that day because you would have written it the day before. It makes everything a hell of a lot clearer. It cuts down procrastination. It's just a great way to stay productive. And also, like, it's a great way to maintain what you're doing and not get like so in your head about things. So, because you're writing it down so you can see it clearly, your thought pattern. I think one of the coolest things about it is that you can actually watch back how you wrote like a week ago, and you're like, what the hell? I thought so much differently a week ago compared to now. Like, people always talk about how much progress you make in a year. I'm talking like a week you can see it. I talked about on my Instagram story today, this, I don't know if you can see this in the background, small, daily, seemingly insignificant improvements when done over time yield staggering results. And what I mean by that is the whole thing about routine, like we're talking about. You know, if your macro project is to get better at drums, you can't just get better at drums in one day. You got to work on that over time. So what you have to do is your micro has to be the little things that works your way up to getting better at drums. So for instance, mine on the Never Say Die tour, I really struggled with double kick consistency. 16th notes over long periods of time really did me in. So halfway through tour, I had to change up a few bits. Any of the drummers on tour will tell you I was crying about it backstage. That's something that I've been working on at the moment. So 155 BPM, 5 sets, 30 seconds, just working on getting the motion. That's what I'm going to be doing at the moment, as well as all of my other drums. So to stay accountable, I'm talking about this on the vlog, and I'm going to keep this on the vlog so you can see my progress. What I want you guys to do, if you're doing the same thing, or if you're a drummer and you're struggling, drop your tempo in the comments below, and we'll do this together. We'll keep each other accountable, and we'll keep working on it. So I'll show you guys my consistency, practice what you preach and all that. You guys show me yours. Tell me what you're doing below. What is good, so we've just got spaces, picked up Alfie on the way. We've got Harry here today as well. Harry is currently doing our muscle build program, so we're gonna watch his kind of improvement and see how he's doing and tweak some things on the way. That way we are 100% with this when we come to launch. Today we're just gonna be working purely on that, but also on mindset things and what we can do, you know, stuff that we can bring value to you on a daily basis. So let's jump right in. What is happening, friends of YouTube, friends of the vlog? I'm just going to close off the vlog here. Now, the reason I am is because I've looked back at this vlog and I've looked back at the other two, and I find there's not a lot of structure. I feel that there's a good amount of information, there's a good amount of value, but there's not a lot of structure to help you guys see where we're going with the business. I did legs yesterday, I did squats, and I'm finding it really hard to film in the gym. So that's going to be like one of my top priorities, is to make sure that you guys see the kind of sets that I'm doing towards the muscle build program, but also to get a little bit more information about the actual business that we're doing. So just to finish off this vlog, I'm going to explain basically what we're going to be doing is creating a product where it explains balancing the 7 areas of your life. The problem is a lot of places online now try to sell this unrealistic kind of heightened version of all of these things. They try to sell you a mindset that you can be the absolute best in the extreme, and don't get me wrong, you can, but a lot of people are completely content with living their life in a nice balanced fashion and just loving their family and friends. Whereas a lot of these things are trying to push you to be an entrepreneur or trying to push you to be the next great. Now that is amazing for people who want to do that. But for people who aren't too bothered about it, it's a very overwhelming process. And then there's not a lot of information about how you can just keep the circle going. So what I'll be doing in the next few videos is explaining each of the sections as I'm building them. That way you can kind of see an insight into what we're doing, and you get a little bit more information rather than the vlog that I'm doing now, where it's a lot of me just talking about different things and there's not a massive amount of context. I've realized this, so I've analyzed it. I've learned that it doesn't look that great, and I'm going to adjust it. That is the whole process of life as well, as a little mini lesson there, is that if you fail at something, that is great, but you just got to analyze it, adjust it, and then continue. Don't fail, try again, doing the exact same thing, because you will most likely fail again. But either way, thank you so much for tuning in. Please share this around, please subscribe, chuck some comments in there below. Thank you for watching.